This is episode 36 of Daily Flip. I want to give you a rundown of what I've been doing today, and it's been a pretty successful day. We actually have a vehicle over here that has been here forever. Like, this is a vehicle I've had for 2 years because we had a transmission that went bad. I threw it in the back. We just didn't mess with it. Had a lot of other stuff going on. I finally got the transmission taken care of, and then we had some other weird electrical problems. So I think we have this taken care of. I'll actually show you what our problem is / was. This vehicle, and it was in a previous Daily Flip, there's a fuse in here that you could pull. There were lights that were staying on and the windows wouldn't work. So we have fixed the lights not staying on, and now the windows do work, except kind of weird. They're not working right now, except if you turn the lights on, they all of a sudden decide they're gonna do their thing. I don't exactly know why. At this point, I don't think I want to know why. We're going to leave it alone and just explain that if they want to roll their windows down, they need to turn their lights on. So I got to drive this tonight to reset the readiness monitors. In North Carolina, we have to do emissions inspection. If you're a dealership, you have to do that before you sell it. So I've got to get the readiness monitors to reset because we just cleared the codes. Because we put a transmission in it, you have to drop the whole exhaust. All the oxygen sensors are really close together and they all use the same plug. So when we went back, I think we crossed the O2 sensors, so we just moved them back. Hopefully we've got that right. I'm gonna drive it, see if it's gonna reset this evening, and then maybe we can finally get rid of this thing. This is on a great day, like on the best day ever. This sells for $3,000. I'd be happy to let it go for $2,000. If it sells for $25,000, I wouldn't be surprised. This is a 1998, let's see, 1998 Mercury Mountaineer with 169,000 miles, 179. That's not horrible. It rolls, it's four-wheel drive, it's leather, decent car. For $2,500, it's a pretty good sale. $2,000 minimum, we should be good there. Otherwise, our front line, we picked up, what did we pick up? We picked up the two on the end. These are two that we've had. The Fusion on the end has only been here 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks. The Mustang has been here a little while. That was a trade that I got for a 1986 Pontiac Fiero that I had $500 in. This should sell for around $5,000, so not a bad trade up there, but we've had little issues. We had some brake problems. We had a check engine light. Actually, I'll show you some stuff. This right here, when we got this in, when they put these rims on it, they didn't know what they were doing. They tried to flare this out so they wouldn't rub, and it just looked horrible. So for me to have this fixed, it was gonna be like $100, $150 per flare. I didn't want to put that money into it, so I got this like a flare lip extender type thing. Used double-sided tape. I cut it, attached it here. It didn't come to fit, so I had to use a heat gun to make it bend, and then put it down here. It actually looks fairly decent. I've had one guy comment, "Oh, I like the black," and I was like, "Yeah, isn't that, isn't that great?" Like, so it's a good look, and it actually is fairly functional. So we took care of that. So it just went out today. Hopefully we have some bites on this. Otherwise, this is our 2015 Ford Fusion. I'm still waiting on our paint for our little clip that's gonna go in here. It's just taken forever. We ordered it on Amazon. It's a direct match spray paint that it's mixed. Someone on Amazon, that's their business, and apparently they're not very good at shipping things in a timely manner. So this is good to go, except for that. We've got pictures of these. Even though they're covered in pollen, it's pointless to wash cars right now because as soon as we do, they're green within like 2 minutes. So the pictures didn't show that, so we'll be washing those probably this weekend and getting some better pictures of those. Otherwise, this Mercury Mountaineer, and it's gonna sound crazy for me to say it's sold when it's still here in front of us, but this actually sold today. A guy that I sold a 2004 GMC Envoy probably a year and a half ago was looking for a third row vehicle. His only had 2 rows. This has a third row, so he's trading in the Envoy and he's moving into this. He was supposed to pick it up today. It didn't work out where he could pick it up, but he still went ahead and paid for it, and we're gonna get the trade from him when he comes and finalizes the deal. So he signed paperwork, he's left us the cash. This was one we're asking $49.50 for. We stayed at $49.50. We're giving him $2,000 for his vehicle, which means we got $2,950 in cash. Actually, it was in my back pocket, I just took it out. So that means we have $2,000 in his vehicle. So for me, I had right at $2,000. I paid roughly $1,600 for this. I had a rear seat that went right here. It was electronic when the motors went bad, so I had to buy the whole rear seat assembly to get the motors that come with it, which was kind of crazy. We had to drive I think we had to drive to Virginia to get that. So that was a little bit of a hassle. We put a wheel bearing hub assembly on it. Other than that, it was a detail. We dyed the carpet. nothing much. So we have roughly 2,000. We sold it for, let's say $549.50. So we sold it for $5. I got $3,000 cash today for it, which means automatically I make $1,000. There's $1,000 cash in my pocket. Plus I get this 2004 GMC Envoy with 170 some odd thousand miles. That's a $3,500, $4,000 vehicle easy. So I'm gonna make the $1,000 plus, let's say $4,000 when I sell the Envoy. That means I'm gonna make about $5,000 on this once I sell the Envoy. The great thing about trade-ins, I've had some of you ask me, should I consider trade-ins? Is that a viable option? I love trade-ins because a lot of times you can get them for a good price, and it saves me the hassle of having to go find another vehicle. So when I sell a vehicle, that starts the searching process over again to fill a void as far as the number of cars that I wanna have. So I sell this car, and automatically there's one that comes in that's gonna fill this spot. It's a pretty decent car. I think we've got a check engine light for an EVAP solenoid of some sort, so we gotta figure that out. But all in all, it'll be a good deal because I'm coming out 1,000 plus the 4,000 that I can sell the vehicle for. Good day there. Otherwise, that has, in a nutshell, been our day. We shot a couple videos today, one video actually, about how to clean your engine using Purple Power. So if you have ever had an engine that's just nasty, grimy, maybe has some oil where it's been seeping out of a valve cover, if you want to check out that video, we'll put a link below where you can see it. Pretty short video just explaining Purple Power, brush, water, that's all you need. So if you want to check that out, definitely feel free. Otherwise, we're going to be recording the next podcast episode tomorrow. So if you have any specific questions for an upcoming podcast, let me know. I'd love to get your feedback on that. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow where we're going to be filming some at the auto auction. Our auction this week is on Friday. I need some vehicles because I'm a little low on inventory. Actually, my guy that's coming into detail on Saturday, he's gonna be here for 8 to 10 hours. And I don't have anything for him to do. So I gotta go buy some vehicles, actually give him something to do on Saturday. Also to fill up our front line. So we probably will film at the auction tomorrow, maybe even go live. We'll see on that if our Wi-Fi works there. So we're gonna be checking out the vehicles. We're gonna be filming a spot, some videos for our course about how to look at vehicles at the auction, how to know what to buy, how to know what to stay away from. And then Friday, I'll be at the auction in the morning. So Friday afternoon, you might see some of the vehicles that I purchased. Other than that, you guys have a great afternoon and I'll see you tomorrow.